everyone, so today I have my June 2014 non-beauty favorites. I had so many that I just decided to make a separate video so my regular beauty favorites wouldn't get too long. So I'm going to try to go through these kind of quickly. First thing I'll mention is vitamins. These are the women's gummy multivitamins. I feel like I was taking prenatal vitamins forever and I always go for the gummy versions, and I was so sick of the prenatals. I switched over to these because these have biotin in them, like a significant 100% daily value of biotin in these, and I'm hoping it will help with my nails. I'm doing this very grand science experiment on it, so we'll see. I'm not going to do anything different and see if this time around my nails won't peel when I regularly wear and remove polish. So I've been really liking the flavor of these. It's so much better. I think it's even better than the standard just adult gummy vitamins from Up and Up, the Target brand. So if you're looking for a new vitamin, I would definitely, gummy vitamin, I'd recommend that. These Venus Pro Skin Gillette Moisture Rich doohickeys. So I don't know if they sell these anymore, but I bought some new ones from like the Olay branded ones. Basically, it's just the razor with the kind of like bar of stuff on the outside so you can shave without having to use soap. We have an extremely small bathroom. Like when you look for design ideas for small bathrooms, ours is way smaller. So I'll get the dimensions for you. It's hilarious. I don't think they could make it smaller and still have a shower. So it has a very small stall shower in it. And trying to figure out a way to shave in there has been just a nightmare. And I remembered I had these finally, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Because I mean, I can just like get my leg up on the wall, which sounds way too much information, but I can quickly shave and I'm not like all hunched over trying to get soap. I gotta turn the water off and then I'm cold because I'm trying to get soap on and not wash it off. I mean, it's ridiculous. There's just nowhere to go in the shower. So this has made it super easy to regularly shave so I can regularly wear shorts. Let's see. I don't know if I have anything to show you for the rest. I'll go over a couple of these quickly, hopefully. Another thing I've been really loving is my French press. I had a French press not way long ago, but maybe I had a kind of single serve type one. I think it was 12 ounces maybe. When was that? Let me think. I was in Florida. So that was maybe between 2006, 2008 would be my guess, so not that long ago. And I would use that at work. It was great, but it was messy because you have to clean it every time because there's no there's a metal filter basically. But the coffee is really good, but I don't know. I think it got lost in the move or it got broken or who knows. I've moved like 3-4 times since I had it, so who knows. But I was inspired to do cold pressed coffee. I don't know how it came up. I think maybe my husband mentioned that someone he works with does cold press. So I tried it without a French press and it's just so messy. And then the idea is basically that you put grounds of water together and you let them steep for 12 to 72 hours at room temperature or in the fridge, I suppose. But everything I've read says room temperature. It's cold instead of hot. Sort of cold. So anyway, I bought my French press to make that process a little bit easier, but then I was really feeling like coffee and I didn't have any on hand for my Tassimo. That's what I use for coffee normally, but I've been kind of trying to get away from it just because it's so wasteful because you can't recycle the little pods. It's really fast and convenient, but I feel bad having 3 or 4 cups of coffee a day. I'll have maybe 2 cups of regular and 2 cups of decaf. So anyway, I started making coffee, like regular coffee in the French press. So I'm like, oh, it's so good because I like really strong coffee. And with the Tassimo, I don't really have an easy way of doing that. I have to either cut a brew cycle short, use 2 and cut 1 short, add like an espresso to a regular coffee, you know, whatever. And unfortunately, it's hard to get like a bold decaf. There just aren't a lot of options with decaf, and I like to have coffee in the evening, so I'd rather it be decaf. And when I was nursing, unfortunately, I'm not nursing anymore, which is a whole other kind of a bummer situation that I may be writing a blog post about, but let me know if you want details. It was a concern about how much caffeine I was getting, etc. So now it doesn't really matter, but I'm still liking decaf, and so I can buy the decaf in the bag, you know, from Javalia or whatever, and I can make it really strong. So I honestly cannot tell the difference between the decaf and the regular that way. So anyway, I've been loving the French press. That was a really long explanation. Another that I don't really have anything to show you would be the treadmill. So for my birthday present for myself, I got a treadmill. I'll provide the information below. It was, I think, the Best Buy, maybe from Consumer Reports. It's really nice, but what I've really been loving this past month is using the Incline. So I'm a really slow walker, and increasing the speed tends to hurt my joints. And running, forget it. I have exercise-induced asthma, and so it triggers. I have these dreams that one day maybe I'll be able to run without it hurting my joints or giving me breathing issues, but neither here nor there. Right now I just want to mention the Incline. So what I have found is I can walk slower and crank up the Incline, and I can get a really good workout. I can really work my heart and lungs. I get more, muscle activation, I think, in my legs and everything, and I can still kind of walk slow, and so it's a little bit easier on my joints. It's a little bit more comfortable for me. Like today I was doing 2.5 miles per hour, which sounds ridiculous, but I'm just a very slow walker. But I had 7% incline, so it was a really nice workout. So I've been really, really enjoying that. It's something to think about if you find walking to be a little frustrating on a treadmill, because there aren't many options for kind of upping your workout. Think about adding incline. I think it's really nice. Best cooking tip I think I have ever gotten. Well, I shouldn't say that. For life right now, the best cooking tip ever: shredding chicken easily. So a lot of the recipes that we get, that we make from the, it's a America's Test Kitchen comfort food makeovers, I think it's called. I'll have the information in the description box. A lot of the recipes that we really like chicken pot pie and chimichangas, and there's a couple others, use shredded chicken breast. I don't like chicken breast, but when it's shredded, I really like it. So, enchiladas. But shredding chicken breast is so time consuming. I hate doing it. And like if the recipe requires like 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds, it can take me literally 45 minutes to shred the darn chicken. So even when I start earlier in the day, it's not practical. But I went looking on the internet. I'm like, surely somebody has a tip for shredding chicken faster. And lo and behold, I found the best tip ever. If you have a stand-up mixer with a little paddle attachment, I have a KitchenAid mixer. I think this is worth the price of that darned mixer alone. I got it as a wedding present for my first wedding. Oh my goodness. Stick them in there when they're warm, turn on the little paddle thing. I put it on like stir or one, and it shreds it in a couple minutes. It's not as great as like hand shredded chicken, but it's good enough for me, and it is such a time saver. I love it. Love it. So if you like shredded chicken, try it. Okay, so I have a couple apps that I've been really enjoying. I mentioned in my TMI tag that, my weight was pretty high. I hadn't lost all my baby weight. Plus I had gained some weight when I moved to Minnesota. So I finally buckled down and decided to go the route of counting calories, which is the way that I've always lost weight successfully in the past. So I have been using MyFitnessPal to do the calorie counting, and it's really made it easy, and so far I've lost almost 19 pounds. So I got rid of the baby weight, and now I'm just kind of working on some of the weight that I gained when I moved here. So I really like that it has a really good a good source of foods. So most things that you're probably going to eat, you're going to be able to find it in the little dictionary. I used Fit Day way long ago to do it, and this one's much better. It has a good amount of like exercise options to pick in there. Yeah, so the only thing that is kind of a bummer is that people enter the kind of the food dictionary type stuff. What do you call this? I don't even know. The food entries, and they're not always right, so that's a little annoying. Sometimes you have to double check the calories on things, or there will be like 4 different things. Like I was trying to look for a skinny caramel macchiato from Starbucks, and there were so many different entries for it. It was ridiculous for the same size. But yeah, they even have like some of the America's Test Kitchen recipes that we make. Some of them are in here. I mean, it's pretty awesome. So I've been really liking this. It's very easy for me to stay on track with what I'm doing. And I haven't been hungry. I've been aiming for 1 pound a week of loss, and that's more or less where I've been falling. And I haven't been hungry, and I haven't been cranky. So that is great, because when I get hungry, I get cranky, and yeah, so it's been working well for me. I've been, pretty much just working on portion size. That's my thing. So getting that under control has made a huge difference. And the last app I keep meaning to talk about, but I keep forgetting. And this is the 3M. Let me see if I can get into a decent thing here. It's the 3M reading, what do they call it? 3M Cloud Library app. And so what this is an app you can have on your phone, on your tablet. Unfortunately, it's not, you can't get it from, let's see, the e-ink devices. I don't think it works on, but I like reading on my phone, which I never would have guessed I would, but I have read so far 20 books. My little reading history has 2 books that I returned that I didn't want to read. So it is awesome. This is my little reading history. So what I did, actually 19 books. I haven't read that, Grim Space. So yeah, really, really awesome. So you're lending ebooks from your library. So it makes library lending so easy, and I've just loved being able to read on my phone. I can read wherever I am because I always have my phone with me. The first book I read through the library was by Peter F. Hamilton, one of my favorite authors, science fiction of course, and it was called Great North Road. And Peter F. Hamilton has the tendency to write these ridiculously long books. So this one was 900 something pages, and I read it all on my phone without a problem. I read it in like a week and a half maybe. It's awesome. My reading rate has gone way up because it's so much easier than a paperback. And while I love reading actual physical books, and I thought I would never want to kind of go to the ebook route, I don't like buying ebooks because a lot of times you don't really own it. You can't give it to your, I can't give it to my husband for him to read unless he uses my account. It's ridiculous. So some do have no DRM, but I just don't like paying the money, and then I feel like I don't really have anything for it. If I want to support the author, I'd rather just buy the book and put it on our bookshelf, and then, our kids can read it when it's appropriate, other people can read it if they want to, we can lend it out, etc. I'm a big book fan. I've always read a lot, and it's just, even having the baby and having these ridiculous hobbies like YouTube and blogging and all that junk, I still have time to read a lot of books, so I'm so happy about that. And I would say if you're looking to get back into reading, you don't want to spend any money, definitely look into the 3M Cloud Library app. It really is easy to use. All you need to do is have, it probably varies on your library, but for mine, all I had to do was give my little library card number, and then when you get your card, or if you need to set it up, you set up a little PIN code, and so then it just logs you in and you're lending out of your library. So unfortunately, the science fiction selection isn't spectacular, but I'm still able to find things to regularly read. So I'm getting exposed to authors that I wouldn't normally read, just because the ones I do regularly read, either I've gone through everything they have or they don't carry them. So anyway, that's a long explanation. This is why I wanted to keep it in a separate video. And the baby's getting bored in his crib here. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up. I think that's everything I wanted to mention. Let me know what your non-beauty favorites were, if you have any, if you've tried any of these out. Let me know if you tried any of these things out. I feel like this one was full of kind of little tips, maybe, hopefully. I would love to hear from you. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching as always. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you soon.